Hi people, it's me, Anja. My pronouns are she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new video. I figured that today's video would be fitting since some of you are in college right now, and also, did you know that almost all of the universities in Gaza have been completely destroyed, and like the new school year has been canceled because all of the schools that would typically host students have also been almost destroyed. This is so devastating and so diabolical. I just need you to remember that there's a genocide happening in Gaza right now, in Palestine, and like my channel is pro-Palestine. I firmly believe that Palestine will be free from the river to the sea, and I need you to pay attention to what's happening in Palestine right now. It will be almost a year since October 7th soon, but it's been so many years since the Palestinians have been fighting for their freedom, for their land, for their right to exist, and I need you to continue to keep up the good fight. So anyway, with that said, like I said, there will be resources in the description box below to educate yourself in case you have any questions or anything like that. But without any further ado, the first book on this list is called Begin Again. This story is a YA contemporary following a new college freshman whose perfect plan for her freshman year goes completely off the rails the moment it begins. So naturally she has to begin again, hence the title. This book is absolutely so fantastic and it's so good. It felt so authentic and so awesome. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. The romance is so cute. I loved her friendships. Like, this book is so wholesome and it's so awesome and it's so lovely. This book definitely deserves so much more hype. It's definitely my favorite book by this author so far. I don't remember if her previous books are more popular than this one. I remember when Tweet Cute came out for the first time and everyone was so excited for it. I feel like less people were excited about this one, but I think that's because less people knew about this one before it came out, you know what I mean? But anyway, overall, this book is absolutely so excellent and I love the academic setting. Like, this book is so good. So anyway, without further ado, I would definitely highly recommend it. Next book on this list is called Dear Wendy. This story is a YA contemporary following two Alo Ace college freshmen who have an online rivalry but are becoming friends in real life. This story is absolutely so excellent and it's so good. First of all, the queer representation is excellent and it's so awesome and it's so wholesome and it felt so normalized and so necessary because the characters themselves individually are so well developed and so distinct. I loved the dual perspective. I loved their friendship so much. Like, this book is excellent and it's so good. The setting is so atmospheric. I loved their friendships. The plot is so engaging. I love the secret identity trope. I think it's so awesome and so well done. Like I said, the queerness is excellent. This book deserves all of its hype and so much more. This is one of those books where I was a little hesitant prior to reading it because I was a little bit afraid that it wouldn't live up to its hype, and also one of my good friends didn't like it as much as I ended up really enjoying it, so my expectations were lower, but this book is absolutely so excellent and I really enjoyed it. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Love Off the Record. This story is a YA contemporary following a plus-size college freshman who's competing for the same spot on her school's newspaper as her rival. This book is technically a companion novel to another book, but I didn't know that when I started this book, so you don't have to read the other one to understand this one, or vice versa, to my understanding. But anyway, this book is so good. First of all, I love journalism, so like the newspaper setting and their jobs were done so well. And I also loved the romance. It was so cute and so awesome. But I also enjoyed like the plot and the mystery and the friendships. Like, the friendships are so wholesome and so lovely and so well done. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. This book is absolutely so excellent and it deserves all of its hype and so much more because I just really enjoyed it from the beginning to the end. This book is so good. Typically, I don't really love rivals to lovers because it feels so unserious, but this book was so good and the chemistry made so much sense. I just really enjoyed it so much. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called True Love and Other Impossible Odds. This story is a YA contemporary following an Asian sapphic freshman who creates a class algorithm that matches everybody with their perfect romantic match, only to have everything that she's ever known thrown into question. This book answers the question of whether or not you can quantify love, which I think is so fascinating, and it was so good. First of all, the characters are so well developed and so distinct. I love the friendship so much. I love her relationship with her parents so much. The romance is so cute. I love their chemistry. I love their connection. The plot was so engaging. Like, the story is so emotional. This book is definitely one of my 5-star favorites from this year because it made me cry more than once, and I truly fell in love with the characters and the setting and everything about it. I had really high expectations prior to this book, and this book not only met those expectations but exceeded them. This book is excellent, and it's so good, and it's so fantastic and totally awesome. Like, I loved it so much. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Study Break. This story is a YA contemporary that's an anthology that tells 11 stories set at college from freshman orientation to graduation, and it's so good. Now, it is an anthology, so in my opinion, the second half of the stories were more compelling than the first half, but overall, I love that each story was so good and so individual and so diverse. I wish that my college experience was this diverse, but I truly this book is so good, and it was so relatable and so engaging. I loved all of these characters. Typically, I don't love short stories because it takes me a little bit longer for me to fall in love with characters and stuff if the story itself is longer. So with short stories historically, they just fall flat because the story is already too short for me to really fall in love with them emotionally, if that makes any sense. But this book was so good, and I truly liked it all. It's excellent, it's so diverse, it's so engaging, it's so wholesome, it felt so authentic. I did read this my senior year of college, so that was fun for me personally. But anyway, overall, this book is so good. These authors are so talented, many of whom I've read by before, so that was also really fun. But anyway, overall, this book was really solid and really well done. So with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The last book on this list, and certainly not the least, is called Loveless. For those who don't know, this book is a YA contemporary following a university student who's going to university with her best friend and also discovers her aloe ace identity along the way. This story is absolutely so excellent, and it's so well done. I think that this book for me solidified Alice Oseman as one of my favorite authors. I had previously read Radio Silence at the time, and I can't remember if I read Loveless or I Was Born for It first. But anyway, this book is so excellent, and it's so well done. As per usual, the queer representation is excellent. It's iconic. I believe it's based on Alice's own university experiences and her own aloe ace sexuality. I'm so excited for Heartstopper Season 3. It comes out so soon when you're watching this video. And I just remembered that, for me, the trailer hasn't dropped yet, but for you, I've probably rewatched it a million times. But anyway, I digress. This book is so iconic, and it's so well done. Georgia and her friends are such wonderful, well-developed, distinct characters, each and every one of them. The representation is excellent. The friendship found family is so good. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. This book is absolutely so good, and it's so iconic. I just really enjoyed it. So with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. So in conclusion, first of all, I love stories with academic settings in general. And second of all, I think that more YA stories should be set in college. I feel like sometimes people forget that when you're 18 or 19 years old, you're still so young. And there's so much of life that you haven't discovered yet or haven't experienced yet. And those stories are such an untapped genre of YA, and they're so important to read about from, if that makes any sense. Third of all, please remember what I said at the beginning of this video. Palestine will be free from the river to the sea. So yeah, in conclusion, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the pie emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!